The girl let out a strange scream during the exam. It turned out her eraser had fallen. When the teacher squatted down to pick up the eraser, what caught his eye were two snow-white long legs. Seeing her plan succeed, she gave a subtle glance back. Suddenly, the bespectacled guy stood up and stripped off his clothes, as if he were showing off his muscles. In fact, his body was covered with exam answers. All the students immediately kicked into high gear, frantically copying down the answers, some even copying with both hands. By the time the teacher stood up, the exam room had already returned to its original calm. However, the cheating battle had only just begun. The guy with messy braids casually pulled his hair, and the curled locks instantly straightened, revealing the answers hidden inside. The beauty took off her glasses, removed her earrings. The concealed answers were instantly magnified. The guy with the eye mask tossed off his jacket, pulled down his eye mask, and all the answers were revealed before him. Some even rolled up the answers into pencils. What's more, just by squinting, you could see the answers on their clothes. Erasers, pencil cases, watches, and cheating tools of all kinds were used. In the next exam, a student in full-body plaster was carried into the exam hall. A camera appeared on her chest, transmitting answers from outside assistants directly. The student neatly covered her ears to receive the answers. The hottie folded the test paper into a paper airplane and flew it out. Soon, a large number of balloons filled with answers floated outside the window. Even on the opposite roof, a group of hotties formed a team doing aerobics, forming the shape of the exam answers. The underachievers wrote furiously. Now they all got an A. The headmaster was furious. To prevent students from cheating, he decided to give an on-the-spot exam. However, the students' external assistants saw the test questions through a telescope and projected the answers using infrared light. The headmaster suspected cheating, but couldn't find any evidence no matter what he did. He peeled off all of his skin. Upon seeing this, his wife not only wasn't afraid but smiled approvingly. It turned out to be his wife's request. She liked her husband's most authentic appearance, using this honesty as proof of love. The only downside was that the house was easily dirtied everywhere. She spent hours cleaning every day, but considering her husband's proof of love, what did a bit of housework matter? As a result, her husband's body was extremely sensitive to the cold. Even when his wife set the temperature to the highest, he still felt cold. Thus, the electricity bill soared, and her husband was dismissed from the company because of his appearance. If this continued, they would go bankrupt, and the woman couldn't help but say some perfunctory words of encouragement. As time went by, the house became increasingly dirty. The wife began to feel annoyed about doing the housework, and the relationship between the two slowly started to fracture. While showering, the wife attempted to peel off her own skin, but the intense pain made her instantly give up. As her husband watched his wife with her skin, he began to feel jealous, and even had some bold thoughts. He peeled off all of his skin. Upon seeing this, his wife not only wasn't afraid but smiled approvingly. The man felt reluctant as he touched his shed skin. During dinner with friends one day, they asked some offensive questions about his skin. The man responded awkwardly. Suddenly, one friend accidentally touched his hand, causing them to drop their utensils in fright. Feeling rejected, the man's expression turned bitter. Seeing this, his wife also felt uneasy. After the friends left, silence fell between them. The man wearily retreated to the bedroom, suddenly realizing that perhaps his wife also despised him but couldn't bring herself to tell him. Afterward, they seemed to enter a silent standoff, neither speaking to the other. The woman finally admitted to herself that despite their honesty, their love wasn't as strong as they had hoped, and their experience worsened. But it was too late to salvage anything. The woman knew, after all, the man had done it for her, and she couldn't abandon him like the rest of the world. So that night, she reached out and touched her husband's sticky hand. The man reciprocated, but suddenly he began to peel his wife's skin. The man washed his hands with the hot girl's amniotic fluid. At work, the hot girl's water broke, gushing down like a fountain. Even while waiting for the car, her amniotic fluid continued to flow incessantly. Despite being pregnant, the hot girl continued to work every day. 5 years later, her water broke.
Your water broke, finally. Well, in that case, can you clean this up? Because that's disgusting.
Her colleagues gradually became accustomed to it, even using it to wash their hands. Over 20 years, the hot girl climbed the ladder through her own efforts. In her heart, work always came first. Time flew by like her amniotic fluid. 40 years passed. The hot girl had turned into a gray-haired old hot girl. On the day of her retirement, she walked out of the office where she had worked for most of her life. She finally went to the hospital to give birth. She screamed and strained with all her might, and with the baby's cry echoing, the child was finally born. After growing in her belly for so many years, the newborn weighed a whopping 200 pounds. The doctors kindly put reading glasses on him, and he moved into the nursing home with his mother right after birth. A field is growing on this woman's face. Looking closely, there are farmers working on it. You can see little people burying small black balls in the soil, then fertilizing and watering. Everyone is looking forward to a good harvest next year. The nurse reluctantly puts her fingers on the face cream, slowly reaching towards the woman's face. The sky instantly changes. The little people stop their work. The white face cream rolls in like a huge wave. The man immediately turns around and shouts, The man picks up the child, while reminding the family on the right side of the face by phone. Just hung up the phone, trouble comes this way. They are trapped at the edge of a cliff. This is the chin, it's the end of the world. As the nurse's hand slowly moves down, the surging waves arrive shortly after. The son keeps telling his mother, I love you, repeatedly. The old couple sighs for not being able to see the outside world. Mom holds her daughter's face. The nurse is moved to tears, but the guests look confused. How come applying face cream makes her cry? So to prevent tragedy from happening again, everyone must protect their skin and stop staying up late often. Can you guess what advertisement this is? This adorable 30-year-old giant baby takes off his pants, then slowly spreads his legs. He actually wants the nanny to help him change his diaper. The nanny reluctantly takes out tissue, slowly wiping him clean. But looking at the poop he produced, she almost threw up. Yet the 30-year-old giant baby wears a very creepy smile, as if he were a 3-year-old child, occasionally even using his feet to tease the girl's hair.
Mommy.
The girl couldn't help but directly snap the diaper on his face. Then she spread her legs and ran, but before she could open the door, the giant baby caught up with her and knocked her unconscious. When she woke up, she found herself tied to the crib. The giant baby scolded her for not being a good nanny. It was only at this moment that the girl deeply regretted it. If she had known she would be taking care of such a big baby, even if she were given $100,000, she wouldn't have come. The giant baby has a strong Oedipus complex. He threatened the girl to be his mother. Helplessly, the girl had to agree to all his demands and promised not to run away again. This adorable 30-year-old giant baby forced her to feed him. The girl scooped up a spoonful of mashed beans and fed it to the giant baby's mouth. Unexpectedly,
I hate pee.
Sorry,
What, you're not gonna feed me because I don't like it? I'm a baby. Peas are good for me.
so the girl fed the mashed beans to his mouth again, but he just wouldn't eat. The giant baby obediently opened his mouth, but before the girl could relax, the giant baby spat the mashed beans directly onto her face, and he clapped his hands in approval. The girl just cursed silently, and the giant baby pressed her head onto the table. The girl had to plead for mercy again. The giant baby made her play hide and seek with him. If caught by him, she had to play the role of his mother and bathe him. After saying that, he turned around and started counting down. The girl quickly hid under the table. When the countdown ended, the giant baby started searching. Unexpectedly, he found the girl in no time. As he tried to pull her out, the girl cut him directly, then knocked him unconscious and stole the keys to escape in the car.